Hey Chester. Good to see you.
Oh. Yeah. Hi. Good to see you too, Margaret. Ho hum.
Chester buddy. What's wrong? Why the long face and the ho-humming?
Well, I'm pretty sure I just bombed my biology test.
No way, bro. That really bites. What happened?
Well, in all honesty, this is a little awkward. And I'm a little ashamed to even admit this, but I don't know how to take notes, which means that studying tends to be a bit mind-boggling for me.
Big C. Don't be embarrassed. This happens to the best of us.
Well, no one has ever trained me in the fine art of note-taking.
Dude, you know that sometimes it's important to seek that sort of information out on your own. You have to advocate for yourself as a student. There are boatloads of online note-taking resources available.
You're right, Margaret. I do need to take an active role in my own learning. But here's my problem. During a lecture, or after school, when I try to take notes from the textbook, I just feel overwhelmed. I try to write down everything, which totally defeats the purpose of note-taking, right?
You're absolutely right. Note-taking should be an efficient process, not one that holds you back from your studies. Good news though. I think I have a solution.
Oh. Do tell.
Well, lately, I've been using the two-column note-taking technique.
What in tarnation is the two-column note-taking technique?
Well, you start out by taking a simple piece of notebook paper and folding it down the left-hand side, creating two uneven columns. The left side will be skinnier than the right side.
Will you show me how?
I don't need to. That teacher over there is demonstrating it right now. Look.
Wow. She sure is. And you're right. That does look easy. But there has to be more to it than that.
Of course. Once you've folded your paper, or drawn lines to simulate folds, write the chapter title or the topic at the top of your paper. Then, in the left-hand column, write down the big ideas you encounter in the lecture or text paragraph. On the right-hand side, you record details that support those big ideas. Typically, if you're reading a text, each paragraph will have a single big idea, so it's up to you to decide what those big ideas are. You have to be an evaluator.
So this will work for lecture and textbook note-taking?
It worked for me in my English class, when my teacher asked me to take notes over the story we were reading. I wrote the parts of the plotline on the left and the story's details on the right. It worked for me when I went on a field trip to the state penitentiary. I wrote my main observations on the left and details of those observations on the right. I also wrote any questions I had for the tour guide on the right, leaving space for when I was able to get the answer. It also worked when I needed to interview the principal for a news article I was writing for the school paper. I wrote my questions on the left and her responses on the right. It even worked in my math class when my teacher went through the steps of solving an equation. I wrote the steps on the left and my work on the right. Considering it worked for all of these things, it sure as heck will work for a lecture and text notes.
I bet it will. But just so that I'm certain about this process, the subject or the chapter title always goes on the top of the page, the big ideas always go on the left, and the support always goes on the right?
You got it, Big C.
That really does sound like a versatile note-taking technique. I'm having one of those moments where I'm like, no. I should have thought of this myself.
It truly is a user-friendly process. You can use it anywhere. I'll probably use it when I go to college. I might even use it when I start working for a Fortune 500 company.
Yes, Margaret, with study skills like yours, I imagine you will go wherever you want to go.
Thanks, Chester. Glad I could help you, my man.
Help? I think you just saved my biology grade. Actually, you may have just saved my entire academic career. How can I ever repay you?
Just give me your firstborn child. Hawk, hawk, hawk. Gotcha. Just kidding. Your happiness is thanks enough.
Hot, hot, hot. Thanks, Marge. You sure are swell.
You're welcome, bro.
Well, now I'm chomping at the bit to go learn something. I'm going to go take some notes over my biology reading assignment.
Alrighty then, later skater.
Peace out.